Lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks with this new diet pill. These kind of advertisements are seen everywhere today as a result of the ever-increasing rates of overweight and obese people. Obesity is when one's weight is greater than what is considered to be a healthy weight for a given height. In 2007-2008, 32.2% of men and 35.5% of women were considered to be obese. Overeating and increased sedentary lifestyles are two causes of obesity, and obesity results in many health issues. In this speech, I'm going to tell you some of the causes and effects of obesity. Consuming too many calories is one of the biggest causes of obesity. Overeating, large portion sizes, and social gatherings are some causes of obesity. Many Americans eat out in restaurants today. It's the accepted thing to do. However, restaurants often use large plates and give you very big proportions of food because they want you to come back and give them business. They want you to get your money's worth. However, even when people eat at home, they eat larger portion sizes because they see the large portion sizes in restaurants and think that's how much food they need, when really it's usually 2 or 3 times the amount of calories they really need to be consuming in a meal. Also, have you ever heard of the quote, "Eat everything on your plate"? Parents used to say this because food was scarce. People didn't know where their next meal was coming from or if they were going to have food for days. However, this phrase has been passed down unnecessarily, and people are told to eat everything on their plate, and so they eat even when they're not hungry. Therefore, they eat too many calories and become overweight and obese. Another reason for obesity is social gatherings. Many social gatherings call for food. Food is a good way to entertain guests. However, at parties and such, the food usually consists of cookies, brownies, chips and dip, and the like because they're cheap and easy and people like them. But when people are talking and having fun and eating at the same time, they don't realize how much food they're really consuming, and therefore they eat too many calories and become obese that way. In addition to consuming too many calories, lack of exercise is also another reason for obesity. People live more sedentary lifestyles today than they used to. Children stay inside more. They watch TV and play video games many hours a day. Also, our country relies more on technology. Used to, people had very physically demanding chores, like they had to walk miles to get clean water, or they had to chop wood to stay warm, but now we have running water and we have air conditioning and heat, so people don't have to get the exercise by doing those chores. They just sit around and watch TV. Also, people are not encouraged to exercise. Many children play sports, but they only practice maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and that's the only exercise they get. Also, many adults don't exercise at all. Also, more people live in cities and have less room to just run around and play in. Children can't go out in the big backyard or even the pastures or meadows and play. They have a neighbor right next to them and they can't run around as much. As I have shared with you, consuming excessive calories and lack of exercises are two causes of obesity. Next, I want to share with you some of the health problems associated with obesity. Obesity leads to hypertension, which is also known as high blood pressure. Hypertension increases the risk of having a heart attack. It also increases the risk of having a stroke. Obesity also leads to having high cholesterol. High cholesterol also increases your risk of having a heart attack, and it increases your risk of having heart disease and diabetes. In addition to high cholesterol leading to diabetes, obesity in general leads to diabetes. Diabetes increases your risk of having hypertension. So once again, hypertension leads to heart attacks and strokes, And so it all is related, and obesity is just a big cause of many health issues. So as you can see, obesity leads to a very unhealthy body, but action can be taken to have a healthy body. So, as the advertisement says, lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks with this new diet pill. Well, what you don't hear is the second part of that advertisement that says this only works if you exercise more and eat less. Obesity is a severe problem in the United States because of overeating and lack of exercise. Obesity causes many health problems, but obesity can be treated and prevented. Just exercise more and eat less unhealthy food, and obesity will not be a problem for you.